dietitian and chef with Kettering Health Network, the Community Outreach Department. Today we're going to talk about how to nourish yourself for optimal energy and to uplift your mood. You probably have heard the saying, you are what you eat, but I'd like for you to think about this in a different way. What would your car do if you put diesel fuel in a car that's recommended to only have unleaded gas? It might run for a while, then spits, bats, sputter, and then eventually it's going to stop running and you're going to have your fuel line replaced. Our body is designed a lot like a well-running machine. If it's fueled properly with the right raw materials, then it runs very well. The foods that we eat can have an effect on our energy and mood, some people more so than others. So, do you feel sluggish, stressed, tired, zapped of energy? Perhaps you reach a wall in the afternoon. So I'm going to say to you, how often do you eat foods that are similar to what I have here on this tray? Are you someone that starts your day with donuts and pastries? Or perhaps pies and cakes are something that you eat? Maybe it's soda pop and or candy. For some people, processed white carbohydrates, things like white bread, white pasta, white rice, white noodles, white crackers. These have been refined, have the healthy nutrients taken out, and can have a real effect on our mood and our energy level. Or are you the type that fast foods are a big part of your intake? That can have an effect too because of the high fat. Perhaps packaged, processed foods. Whatever it might be, there's different examples of those. All these foods taste good, I understand that. Are easy, I understand that. But with time, they can take a toll on our energy and our mood. And all of these have an allure to our brain that makes us want to eat more and more of them. So the other thing that we want to be aware of besides the foods that we're eating potentially is how much caffeine you consume in a day. How much coffee, tea, soda, perhaps energy drinks do you consume? Everybody has a different threshold for caffeine, but we do know that this can create energy swings throughout the day. The third thing is alcohol is a natural depressant. And there's a strong link between heavy alcohol use and depression, so we want to consider that as well. What we eat and what we drink can have an effect on our mood and our energy level. So let's talk about how to stock our pantry with good mood foods. Sometimes these foods are called superfoods actually because they can boost our immune system, they're anti-inflammatory, and they have antioxidants. So this all helps to play into regulating the blood sugar, the insulin levels, the neurotransmitters, and the hormones. So we're going to talk for a moment. We know that the white processed carbohydrates are the ones that we want to focus less on, and we want to try to increase the whole grains. So let's start with bread. How do I really know if a bread is whole grain? What I'd like for you to do is actually take a look at the ingredient label and see whether it says whole oat, whole wheat, whole rye. The word whole is key. So that's something to look at and try to buy a bread that has whole grain as the first ingredient. Things like brown rice over white rice. Oatmeal works. You can use rolled oats, steel cut oats, whatever you like. Try some whole wheat pasta over white pasta. It does differ in texture, takes a little getting used to, but it's worth a shot. And then there's other grains to try like farro, which is kind of like the whole grain version of risotto. And then perhaps you've heard of quinoa. It's not spelled anything like it sounds, but it's actually an ancient grain that we kind of lump into the whole grains. And quinoa can be used to make salads, put it in soups, and it's not real tasty by itself, so you need to find some ways to spruce it up with veggies or such things, okay? Moving on to stocking our pantry with superfoods or foods to help our mood and energy would be to think about your proteins. We're trying to go with lean proteins, so chicken, turkey, fish perhaps, our dark flesh cold water fish. These are the ones that are high in omega-3 fatty acids, which helps to be anti-inflammatory. helps with your brain as well. So anywhere you can put tuna, salmon, mackerel, trout, sardines, anchovies, that's a great choice, all right? Perhaps when we're thinking about proteins, we're trying to get more plant-based. So that would be things like lentils. It's a plant-based protein. You don't have to soak lentils overnight, so that's pretty swift to make a lentil stew, lentil soup, lentil salad, something like that. Other dried beans and peas are fine to use. If you're not wanting to spend the time with dried beans, you most definitely can buy canned beans. Just take some time to rinse them off in a colander. That takes away a lot of the sodium, maybe the metallic taste of the can as well. And then other ideas, soy, tofu. If you've never tried edamame, edamame is a green soybean. It's a complete protein. So that's an idea there too to help get plant-based protein, as well as soy milk. All right, transitioning on to colorful fruits and vegetables. You see that there is different colors here, which brings on different phytonutrients, vitamins, minerals, fibers that we really want to be a part of our day. So eat in color is for a reason, because these are what protect our health and promote good health and protect us from disease. So anywhere you can put color in your day, each of these has special properties that helps to boost your immune system and provide anti-inflammatories. Let's look at the fruits, things with peels and skins. That's where you get the fiber and the phytonutrients that help protect our health and give us energy and protect our mood as well. So color's important. Eat in season. I'm always suggesting to people to eat in season. And because that's optimal nutritional value, much more affordable. Berries are always what we call the antioxidant jewels. So anywhere that you can put berries in your daily intake, they can be fresh and or frozen. We're just trying to avoid the berries that would be in a sugar syrup. Thinking about heart-healthy fats, so nuts and seeds work quite well. I wanted to show you that this is an example of serving a portion of nuts. This is way different than a jar, right? So what fits flat in the palm of your hand, about a third to a quarter of a cup of nuts is a serving. Seeds work as well too. Chia seed, hemp seed, flax seed. Any of those seeds have beautiful, healthy fats in them. The only thing that we want to know about flaxseed is you do need to grind it for your body to absorb it. Otherwise, it'll pass right through intact. Think about the oils that you use, a nice olive oil, avocado oil, olives, whole avocados. So focus on these healthy fats to stock your pantry. Dark leafy greens are key to health. So this is an example of baby kale, but it could be spinach, it could be watercress, it could be mustard greens, turnip greens, Swiss chard. Anything dark and leafy provides amazing, amazing fibers, vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients. And this is probably one of the healthiest foods you ever can eat. Raw works, cooked works. Think about an omelet. Saute some greens, put them in an omelet, along with your other colorful veggies. But anywhere you can put greens in, you can cook them, steam them, saute them, whatever. We're just trying to probably avoid the greens that are cooked with a saturated fat, right? So think about that. Somewhere in our day to put in low-fat dairy or dairy alternative works. So it could be milk, it could be yogurt. Greek yogurt has a lot of great protein in it. It has the whey, which is the liquidy part, strained out, so your Greek yogurt is thicker. Maybe cow's milk. Perhaps you have a problem with dairy, and so cow's milk doesn't work. You can buy lactose-free milk. That works. Or maybe you want to look at a dairy alternative. Some nut milk, perhaps almond milk. This happens to be oat milk, so there's a lot of different dairy alternatives. They're not exactly milk, but they are a dairy alternative, and some of them are fortified with calcium. Some of them have higher protein levels than others. Soy milk, for example, is much higher in protein than some of your nut milks would be. As we think about trying to also stock our pantry with beverages, any sort of green tea. There's a lot of phytonutrients in the green tea. Black tea works well too, but keep in mind what we're not talking about is sweet tea, right? So find a green tea, herbal tea, black tea, some kind of tea that you enjoy and have that be a part of your day. Everybody always wants to know about chocolate, and chocolate can be a part of a healthy day. The deal with chocolate is that for it to be optimally, if you're going to call it nutritious, optimal for you, you want it to be 70% cacao or higher. So, and what we're talking about with chocolate is not this whole bar. You know, we talked about portion control. It is about an ounce of chocolate a few days a week. So if you enjoy dark chocolate, by all means, select one that's higher. It's a higher percentage of cacao, and enjoy that for the phytonutrients. All of us have a challenge with hydration. So I'm really okay with just plain water. This helps with your concentration, your mood, your GI tract. A great percentage of our body is water. It keeps our cells going. All our bodily processes require water. So some of us are okay with drinking tap water, bottled water. Some of us need little fancy containers to do better with our water. So whatever works, a fancy container or maybe some big chic thing like this. Any way that you can get more water in a day is going to be beneficial to your mood and to your energy level. If you're the type person that kind of gets a little crabby in the afternoon, hydration might be the first place to look. Okay, so with that, a few things just to further boost your mood that I want to just talk about as we end today. Connecting with family and friends. We are meant as humans to connect with people, not live in isolation. So share a meal with somebody. Invite somebody over. Have a Zoom meal right now if that's the best that you can do. But we're meant to live in connection. I encourage you to move more each day. Find something you enjoy. Nobody wants to exercise or move. It's something that they dread doing. So find something that brings you joy just to move more each day. Humor, we always need a little bit more humor in our day. Or a peaceful moment. What's your peaceful moment? Does it something that you do in the morning? Carve out some time for yourself to have a peaceful moment and find humor. And we definitely want to encourage to allow enough time for your body to rest and restore. The go, go, go is what gets us in trouble with our energy levels and our mood. And another idea just to keep in mind, if you're struggling with your mood and energy, please reach out for medical advice and be an advocate for yourself. So until we meet again, eat well and be well.